I'm telling you guys, it feels like so long since I've played on the CakeCraft server, and it hasn't even been a whole week. It's just in between the Monday builds and editing and all of it. It feels like an extremely long time. But with that said, welcome back to another episode on the CakeCraft server. My name is Chris DeCow, and today we are going to be continuing work on the summer house, and I'm so excited. Now we're gonna start off a little bit small, just a little bit, and then we're gonna work our way up to absolutely mega things, as you probably can see in the thumbnail. I haven't built it yet, obviously, but I'm talking to future me editing editing the video. So the first thing I want to do that we forgot to do it in the last time lapse, ending episode six, I think is it episode 6? I'm kind of losing track. We're not even getting that high up in episodes yet. That's kind of embarrassing. But what I want to do first, just to kick things off for this episode, is actually make a few sort of floating, or like maybe not floating, I'm not quite sure yet, I haven't decided, but little planter boxes in the wheat, aka rice fields on either side, maybe with some carrots or something inside of it, something else growing, but mainly just to have something else stand out, because right now the only thing kind of standing out are these leaves and the occasional trapdoor and pressure plate. So I'm just going to gather a few materials, and then we're going to do that. No time lapse or anything. That's what I want to do first, and then after that we're gonna get into the real meat of this episode. We're definitely gonna have to work on the mob problem because this is not good. Yeah, that's not good. We definitely are gonna have to do that soon because it's really starting to get to me. What I'm thinking is also maybe we make some fences, but for now I do want to I want to make them floating. I want to make just a few floating. So maybe one right here, and then have them anchored down by rope. And we can use fencing as a sort of rope-like material. The whole idea of this place is that kind of gravity is a bit distorted. And it's a very dream-like sort of setting because, like I've mentioned a few times, this was in a dream of mine, which is why a lot of it really doesn't make a lot of sense at all. A lot of it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna need more trapdoors. So when we finish, it's gonna look like something out of a dream. Like that's my goal. That's what I'm really hoping for here, because there's gonna be lights floating everywhere, massive trees with leaves falling, and just like the rice fields, and it's gonna look so bizarre. But I'm hoping it really works well together, all of it just sort of coming together as one build. Yeah, oh, that looks great. I mean, it's really it's just a box, but that looks really cool. And then we could have them at different levels in different areas over the sort of wheat fields. And actually, you know what would be really cool? You know what would be kind of sick is if we filled them with hay, like hay bales. Maybe that could be our sort of storage system that we have for them. So I'm just going to put up a few more, and then we can figure out how we're going to do some of that. I'm thinking what we start off with in these planter boxes is just grass, just straight grass. And then what we can do is we can bone meal it to get a little bit of life, add some water actually, just in one of the corners or something, right about there. And then maybe a few leaves, and of course our hay bales. So like basically what is on the ground, but then also what has been collected from the ground, if that makes any if that makes any sense whatsoever. My inventory is filling up very fast. Okay, so yeah, right about like that. Maybe a fence post here or there. Swoop down. Oh, yes. Doesn't that look nice? That looks nice. Now, it's kind of difficult to sort of replicate a rope, so I may actually be adding more than just the fence post. But for now, that's what I'm going to settle on. I'll probably work on it in the background a little bit. But for now, yeah, I think that's okay. I do. I think that looks quite nice. So I'm just going to do that with the rest of them, and then we'll see if there is anything else we can add or do before we move on. And here we are at the end with the finished product. And as you can see, I altered the ropes a little bit using some trapdoors and some signs just to give it a little bit more detail and sort of shape, because when you do use just the fences, I felt like it really didn't do that much. It didn't add something to like catch your eye. So what I did was I just added a few extra things, some of those trapdoors and the signs. But with that, I mean, just look at that. It's so nice. It's a very small touch that stands out and adds a lot to really start to contribute to the dream-esque vibe of this place that I want to capture. And then when the sun goes down, as you can see, we have sea lanterns, and the whole thing just glows. Each and every one of the islands lights up. So let's take a look at that when the sun goes down. Due to our current mob situation, I can't really go outside. I already blew a hole in the ceiling trying to get a shot from above. But luckily we have massive glass windows, so I guess we'll just view it from in here through all the zombies and skeletons and spiders and whatnot. But yeah, look at that. Doesn't it look like night? Oh my god. Okay, after this, I vow to fix the lighting issue once and for all. I'm gonna buy some wool, make some carpet, cover up some sea lanterns, and just get that over with. But for now, doesn't this look nice? Look, they're all lit up, and they're pretty. Just look at all of the torches. It's not good. So I'm going to do that, and then I want to head to the shopping district and check on the gambling shop, and also check on some of the stock that we put in the last episode to see if we made any profits. So I'll see you guys when we get there. After placing carpet for almost an entire hour, I made it to the shopping district, and I can rest at ease knowing that our base is now lit up. Like, thank God. It was... It was not good. Oh, I didn't fix this yet. That's not good. Let's see if we made any profit. Doesn't look like it for the armor. Not that many people have been online, which is, oh yeah, it's a bit tough in the economy right now. I'll be very surprised if the end loot still isn't bought out. Okay. Really? Just the dragon heads? Come on, people, come on. I drive a really cheap bargain. It is good stuff. If anyone is watching that plays on the CakeCraft server, well, let's check the gambling shop. I'm sad. I thought we were going to get a bunch of diamonds. Let's see. Go back into the super overly complicated mechanism. 5. Okay. We made some diamonds. We have made how many diamonds? 9 times 4 because I entered one in. 9 times 4, 36. Okay, yeah, we made 36 diamonds. That's not terrible. I disactivated it. That means there's going to be a shulker box up here. But okay, so 36 diamonds. That's all right. People have definitely come by. What we eventually need to do is actually add a little light like we had last season that tells people whether or not we are actually in stock, because you don't want someone throwing in their diamond and then basically not getting anything. That's just the most depressing thing. Imagine just giving a whole diamond block from your sort of wallet and then just getting absolutely nothing in return. That would be pretty sad. So definitely I will do that in like a little in the background and sometime in the future. I don't know when right now. But okay, now that we checked the shop, and with the unfortunate plummet in the market, I guess, due to less people being online right now, it's just me and one other person, which is kind of sad. We had a few more people on earlier. We are going to go and we're going to start the main part of the episode, and I am so excited to do this. We're going to build the autumn tree. We are going to do it. And I just cannot wait. I'm only going to build one because I don't think I'm going to have time. But we'll see. If I can build more than one, then you'll see more than one built in the time lapse. What we have to do before we even start building the autumn tree is gather a bunch of resources. And that is going to take probably the rest of today. Right now it's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. and I'm probably going to work until about 9 or 10. So, yeah. I have to gather all sorts of different kinds of glass, terracotta, and woods, and just oh boy. That's what I have to say about that. So wish me luck. I'm going to go to the Badlands biome, to the desert, and buy a bunch of dye, and then we're just gonna hit it off with a time lapse. So I will see you guys after the time lapse, and let's hit it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is officially time to work on the autumn trees. And I am so excited. I am so excited. Look at how many resources we have gathered. And I have a few more inside. Look at this. Look at all the terracotta I have dyed to the certain colors that we need. All the glass I have dyed. All of the dark oak wood. The red sandstone. All of it together is going to create something absolutely 100% beautiful, glorious, amazing. I'm so excited. I can't contain myself right now because what I'm imagining it's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful with the shaders just walking along this sort of broken down bridge and on either side eventually, not in this episode. there's no way in this episode, but I'm just imagining seeing two trees on either side and then trees on our floating islands just overhanging the rice fields and just creating this extremely beautiful nature-filled environment that is very dream-esque, as I've been saying. Dream-esque? Is that a word? I don't know. But it's gonna be great. And I may even tweak the tree a little bit from the Monday build, make it a little bit different, add a few different autumn themed colors that I didn't think of or didn't want to add while we were building it in the Monday build. But for the most part, guys, it should look very similar, and I will try I don't know if I will, but I'll try to put a link to that Monday build in the description where I do a kind of a voiceover of me building that tree. So if you want to go check that out, you can. But with all of that said, and with me right now being able to very slightly contain my excitement, let's get into the time lapse of me building 1 or 2 autumn trees. We'll see how much I can fit in for this episode. I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye for now. That time-lapse footage you guys just watched took me, in total, probably around 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours, okay? This tree is not even done yet. And it's the next day. And it's the next day. It's wow, it's a serious pain It is even harder than I thought it would be. And I knew we would have to do the scaffolding and everything. It would, my God. I have no words. All I know is we still have work to do, and that's what I'm going to do now. Not in the form of a time lapse, just in a little sort of series of clips. What we need to do, seriously, what we need to do is remove this chunk right here, because I think the overall tree looks great. I mean, don't you? It looks actually really nice. It's a great addition, and it's going to look even better when we have the lanterns hanging down from it and the leaves falling and all of those little sort of subtle details, as well as the roots on the bottom. I think it's all going to look great, but it's not balanced at all right now. Number one, I think the trunk actually needs to be a bit thicker. Let's see, there we go. I think the trunk needs to be a little bit thicker. It doesn't, just barely, but I do think it does need to be a little bit thicker. And just try to imagine now, just try to imagine the tree without this chunk right here. If I fly out again and you look at it dead on right about here, wouldn't it just look better if we shaved this chunk right to about there? Because it stands out too much. It really stands out too much, and I don't like it. And that's one of the things that I learned while building this tree, is it takes a lot of knowledge and shaping skills that I didn't have until right now. Until 6 hours after building and just stressing over this tree, and I didn't do it alone. You saw me building with one of my friends, and it took that long. So it's just mind-blowing, you know? It really is. But still, it looks really nice. I am really happy with it, and I do think that amount of time is worth it. And I'm really hoping that for the next autumn tree, which is going to go right about here, and then the two over here, we will slowly get faster. I'm praying. You know, I really need to be able to do these faster, because right now that is not the case at all. So now I'm going to do just a little bit of maintenance work and finish up some of those finishing touches for the tree, and then we should be done, and it's going to look great. I mean, you guys can already see it, the leaves and everything. We really nailed that texture from the Monday build. So I'm really happy about that. But first things first, we got to cut off this cancer right here. It's too big. It stands out too much, man. So we're going to cut it back to right about there. I'm just literally just going to I'm tempted to blow it up. I'm really tempted to blow it up. Oh, excuse me. Just one moment, please. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Then I'm gonna work on the trunk a little bit, work on the roots, build some of those lanterns for lighting, and then we should be done, and I'm going to be extremely satisfied. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, we just cut it clean down the middle here and took out this side, so I want to see what this looks like, because I think it's gonna look really funny. Oh yeah, I'm just demolishing the tree, but doesn't it look better? It does. It looks better. It looks more balanced. Now if we just make it sort of, I mean, it looks kind of odd right now, but when we make a little curve right here, just not as big as it was before, it's gonna look so much better. It looks like the tree has a mouth. It's like opening up its mouth and just inhaling. That's what it looks like. It really does. And the yellow is the lips. All right, well, let's keep going. And now we move on to the trunk. Next is the lanterns. And finally, the leaves. It has been a long time coming, but here we are. I never thought this day would come, honestly. It took so long to make this tree, but look at it. Look at it. We have it finally balanced. We have the leaves. We have the lanterns hanging down. And it looks so good. It almost looks better, in my opinion at least. You guys can let me know down in the comments, but it almost looks better than the one in the Monday build. It's just so crazy to see a build that I didn't even intend having on the CakeCraft server that was just for like a Monday build's purpose, you know, showing up on the CakeCraft server. And not only that, knowing that we're going to have more. Knowing that we're going to have at least 3 more. And then maybe some miniature ones up here. I don't know if I'm going to do full to scale, you know, ones on the floating islands. But it's just nice to even see one right now. Just to be able to like come out and just wrap around the corner and just see this tree. And at night, with the lantern shining onto the trunk and everything, and even without shaders, this place still looks good. It still looks great without shaders if the chunks will load. But yeah, this is so nice. I'm very, very happy with it. And I gotta say, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, but you know what? It was worth it. It was genuinely 100% worth it, and all the struggle of going through building the other ones is going to be worth it because it's just going to be so nice and pretty. And with that note, we're going to end it there. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this episode on the CakeCraft server, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.